All right, welcome back. This is the final video in the Weebly ePortfolio tutorial series. And in this video, we are basically going to just take a moment to visit the ePortfolio to verify that we have created it correctly, that the media is where we want it to be, that the media is working and you can view it and things work as you expect them to be. Basically, it's really unfortunate how often students overlook or just don't take the time to actually look at what they've made and to verify that it is correct. I would suggest pretending like you are the employer and you are looking at this e-portfolio, and is it something that you feel is a good e-portfolio, or is it something that is clunky and doesn't work correctly? And just look at it from the perspective of you being in the employer, and hopefully you are happy with what you are looking at. But to do that, what I would recommend is we basically just go down the line and look at each page and verify it. So I'm going to go over into my ePortfolio where it's live on the web, and I'm on the home page, and that's looking pretty good. It's got my name, Kenneth Wilson, that big title, welcome to my ePortfolio, and an image of myself. So nothing wrong with that. So let's go look at the About Me page. And again, here we have the link that we created, and I just added some Lorem Ipsum into the page for just filler, so visually. But you would probably have, a description about yourself and your academic background and your career goals and whatever else you see fit for an About Me page. And that looks pretty good. I've got nothing to complain about there. One thing I will point out, though, real quickly is this tag or this tagline or whatever they call it that's highlighted here on your home page. If I come over into my editor and I take a look at my About Me page, I get this click to add headline here, and if and as long as it says click to add headline, you don't see anything live on the page. And I recommend that on the rest of the pages you leave it alone and don't add anything. It's really, the functionality of it really is kind of weird, and I can't quite figure it out, because once you seem to change it on any other page, it seems to change it on all the other ones, and you can't have an individual headline for each different page. It just doesn't seem like, or at least I haven't been able to figure out how to do that. So I just leave it as the default click to add headline, so that when I'm looking at it live on the web, there's just nothing there. And I would recommend you do that as well, because I think you'll probably most likely be like me, and as soon as you start messing around with it, it starts to act funky and not behave the way you expect it. So let's forget about it. Anyways, the About Me page, it looks pretty good. I've got my text, I've got my link that opens up in a new tab, and everything seems good on that. Let's take a look at the resume page. And it is like I expected. It is that Microsoft Word resume that I uploaded into, or actually that I embedded into the page using the document element. And the functionality seems to be working. I can click on it and see it in full screen. I can exit out of it. So all is looking pretty good there. Let's move on to the next page, student page. Well, wait a second. There's nothing at all on this page. Well, why is that? Well, because we didn't add anything. And when we were creating our pages and when we were making our menu in that previous video, we created this filler page, student work, so that we could have these subcategories, or we could have these pages as sub pages to this, so that our menu would look like this. But as we can see, that doesn't do anything, doesn't add anything, and that can be kind of misleading to the viewer, or they could come and they could be like, well, wait a second, something's wrong with the ePortfolio, there's nothing on this page. So in order to avoid that, I would recommend that you add, something into this page, whether it be some, sample images of each type of work, and at the very least, you're going to want just a brief description saying, this is please view the subcategories to see specific types of work that I have created. Thank you for taking the time to look at my work, something like that. So let's go in to that page. And actually first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this lorem ipsum, and now I'm going to come into that student work page, and I'm going to add in some text, and I'm going to be specific and say, please visit the sub pages in the menu to see specific types of work, and then maybe that lorem ipsum. I don't know why it added it on top there, but maybe I would have some sort of description like, I am interested in video editing and photography. I've done a lot of work with that. I have also done a lot of newspaper articles, etc. And then specifically say, visit those subpages to see those specific. And again, the only reason why I'm really worried about this is so if a potential employer is moving his way through these pages and he gets to this page, that there is at least something there and it's not just a blank page. And it reminds them, or it points out to them, that you can, see the work by coming to these subcategory pages. So we've done that. So let's take a look. Photography. Yep, there's our images. It seems to be working correctly. And again, you hopefully took the time to organize this, adding, descriptions of the work and having titles for the different categories. If you've got different types of photographs on there, you've taken the time to do that. So photography page looks pretty good. The writing page, there's our sample PDF, and it seems to be working correctly, and that's looking good. Again, even though this is writing, you'll want to add some text describing the type of work and what it was for and that kind of stuff. That looks good. Video page. There's the videos. There's my title and description, and here's the video, and it seems to be working, and it full screens, and I can exit out of it and pause it, and so that seems to be working correctly. That looks good. And finally, contact page. And hey, wait a second, again, we've come to a page that has nothing on it. Even though contact page was a default page created by Weebly, you still need to add something to it. So I'm going to come back into the editor, and I'm going to come to my contact page, and there's nothing there. So I'm going to look through these elements, and wouldn't you know it, there happens to be an element called contact me, and I just have to see if I can find it. Contact form. There we go. Contact form, and I'm going to drag that contact form down into my page, and it is a default contact me, name, email, and comment. And you can click on it and you can change some options here. Make sure that the email is being sent to you, and you have a number of different things that you can change or play around, but the default is a pretty good one, and that's pretty typical, right? Name, email, and the viewer could add some sort of comment to it. So let's publish that. And now if I come in and I refresh, there's the contact form on my contact page. So really quickly, I just go through them again. Home page is looking good. About me page looks good. Resume looks good. All of these sub pages look good. And you know what? I am feeling pretty confident that I can share this e-portfolio with potential employers and be really happy with what it is they are going to see. So I want to thank you for going through these Weebly tutorials with me, and I hope that you have been able to create an e-portfolio that you're going to share with the world, and that is going to land you the dream job that you've always wanted. Thank you.